doing the capital account balance. Now, current account balance, I hope it is very much clear to you. Now, the capital account balance, it records all the international transactions that involve a resident of a country concerned changing either his assets with or his liabilities of to a resident of another country. Now, whatever he has, whether it is his liabilities or his assets, if he's exchanging them with any person across his national frontiers, that is going to come under capital account balance. मेरी कोई asset या मेरी कोई liability, I am giving that asset or I'm giving that liability, I'm putting up that liability on a person who is sitting suppose in Germany. So that is going to come under capital account balance. Now, the transactions in these, that is the capital account, they reflect a change in the stock, that is either assets or liabilities. Rather, the goods or money, we are not talking of the goods or money, rather, we are talking of the assets or liabilities. So, how do we calculate a capital account balance? It is calculated by taking into consideration the difference between the receipts and payments on account of capital account. How much assets you have received, how much assets you've given, or how much liabilities you've received, how much liabilities you have put on the other person. So that is how these transactions are calculated. Now, the capital account involves inflows, that is something coming to you, and outflows, that is you are sending something out of your country, relating to investments. They can be short term borrowings or lendings, they can be medium term, or they can be long term borrowings or lending. So from a very short period of like 1 day or 2 day, it can go up to 10 years. So that is how we are calculating the capital account balance. Now, when we are considering the capital account balance, there can either be a surplus or there can be a deficit. Surplus means something that is present in an excessive amount, and deficit is something that is, you can say that, in a kind of depressive amount or a very less amount. So there can be a surplus or there can be a deficit in the capital account. Now, what does it actually includes? It includes private foreign loan flow, then movement in banking capital, official capital transactions, reserves, gold movement, every जहाँ जहाँ पे भी किसी तरह का भी लोन, किसी भी तरह का बैंकिंग का पैसा, क्योंकि वो एसेट हो गया, लोन क्या है, आपकी लाइबिलिटी है, देन ऑफिशियल कैपिटल ट्रांजैक्शन, दैट इज आपने कुछ कभी खरीदा था, उसके ऊपर आपको कुछ इंटरेस्ट पड़ा या उस इन्वेस्टमेंट पे आपको कुछ मिला एक्स्ट्रा, यू आर सेंडिंग इट टू अदर पर्सन इन द अदर कंट्री, दैट इज ऑल्सो देन रिजर्व, आपने कुछ अपने लिए संभाल के रखा था, कोई एसेट था जो आपने संभाल के रखा था, यू आर सेंडिंग दैट एसेट टू द अदर कंट्री, or you're taking up the asset from another country, then you had some gold kept with you, you are sending that gold, you're giving that or you're gifting that gold to other person, that is all going to come under capital account balance. हो सकता है ये डायरेक्टली मॉनेटरी वैल्यूज में नहीं बताया जाए, लेकिन उसका जो भी है जिस्ट will be calculated in the monetary terms. So these are classified into two categories. One is the direct foreign investments and the other one is the portfolio investment. Direct foreign investment क्या है कि किसी एक particular जगह में you are investing, and portfolio means that there is a group, जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड्स में होता है that when you're putting up your money in mutual funds, it is not just in one stock that you are putting up your money, rather it is an entire portfolio जिसमें कि आपके पैसे अलग अलग schemes में डाल दिए जाते हैं. So it can be a foreign direct investment or it can be a portfolio investment. So I suppose the capital account balance is also clear.